I looked up a video and I already wanted to watch several videos of the Poopy Show, and this one is how a German sausage became the American dream. And I'm German, so I think I have a very good... I know sausage. That sounds so wrong. I know sausages, okay? I'm German. No, I know German sausages because I'm German. You are German. Yes, I am German. Hi, Wozone. Yapping has been really good. Let's go.
Let's do some math. If John has 10 wieners and Tom has 8 buns, how many hot dogs can they make?
Buns and wieners. I mean, technically, they could make 8 hot dogs, but they could also only make 7 hot dogs and put like 2 wieners into 1 bun. That's a possibility too. Just saying. What do you have a sausage? I don't have sausage at home, no.
None. Because why would they share resources with no profit incentive? Now, if they were business partners and not socialist
I forgot about that.
They can make 8 hot dogs and have 2 wieners left. 2 wieners, which in any industry would be rightfully considered scrap, aka remnants or leftover materials from a manufacturing.
Well, I guess they're not German then, because as a German child, I always went to the Metzger, and when I went there, I'm a vegetarian now, so sadly I can't do that anymore, and I'm not a child anymore, so they wouldn't do it anymore. But when I was a child, I went to the Metzger, and sometimes when they saw that the child was there, they gave you a Wiener for free. They just were like, here you go, 1 for free on your hand, you can eat it on a butcher. Yeah, exactly.
Process that cannot be incorporated into the final product. But here's the thing. In America, hot dogs come in packs of 10, buns come in packs of 8. For what
stupid
reason? As if there can be any hot dog making margin of error as big as 2 whole tubes of homogenized pork. Today we
I've never thought about that.
Investigate in what is the third and final part of the Poopy Show Wiener trilogy. It is unclear when people first said, fuck it, meat inside intestine. But most agree that the sausage was born out of necessity and is the natural outcome of efficient butchery. That's because...
I mean, I can imagine people wanting to use everything of the animal. And I'm still kind of weirded out by the, let's go take the intestine where all of the poop is technically in, at least like in the end of the intestine, and then we're gonna stuff some meat into it. Well, hi, mundane.
Because meat couldn't be refrigerated, so it had to be cured in order to last longer. And it had to be compact in order to be stored more easily. Also, thanks to a sensible desire to use every part of the animal, sausages were primarily composed of just some bullshit.
The stuff that you can't use anymore, exactly. I think some of those intestines became condoms too. True, but that's basically also putting meat into an intestine, so... I mean, it's not that different from making sausage, I guess.
Another term for just some bullshit is force meat. Now, in my personal opinion, any meat humans eat is technically a sausage. That's because even the most expensive steak will just get pulverized by our in-house butcher, aka the stomach, and get sent to the small intestine for nutrient absorption. Digestive sausage.
And
but
then
it's
into
believed
the big intestine. Thank you.
The ancient Mesopotamians were the first to figure out a way to stuff a lot of bullshit meat into a snug vessel. The process was pretty clear-cut, and I bet your mom knows a thing or two about it. But perhaps because it was so convenient and straightforward, nearly every country has
That's a thick sausage.
some form of sausage. There are many varieties, but the best way to categorize sausage is by asking, how much blood is in this sausage? What?
Are we gonna eat Toto Oma now? I don't want to eat that, Grandma. Just sell 80 hot dogs a day, then you have no leftovers. True, just eat 80 hot dogs a day, or like 40 a day if you wanna like not eat 18 a day, which is okay, I guess. Or you could technically get 40. You should also be able to get 40. You just have to get 5 8-packs and 4 10-packs, right? My PayPal is borrowed. Huh?
What spices are in this sausage? What do you mean the main ingredient in this sausage isn't even meat? And why on earth would you make this into a dessert? Some extreme...
Wait, sausage dessert? Are they talking about Mad Eagle? But that's not a sausage.
And odd examples of these categories are andelet, which is the all intestine sausage. The blood pulse, which is the...
I don't like blood. Blutwurst. Blutwurst is... It's weird. It has such a weird consistency. I mean, I like Graupen, but I don't like Blutwurst.
Hey mom, is there any dessert? Oh yes, let me slice you some
Oh yeah, and as I said, in German, we put that into... like, there is a thing. It's called Tote Oma. When you translate that, it is dead grandma. And it's basically... If you want to know what dead grandma looks like, okay, so they give this to children, okay? It's blood sausage, okay? And just ground up blood sausage. This is like not the potatoes or the sauerkraut, but this is dead grandma. This is what dead grandma looks like. And yes, it's called dead grandma. It is indeed called dead grandma. Yeah. I mean, we're talking about German sausages, so yeah. Yeah. Hi. Thank you for the follow. Hi, have fun with the follow emotes.
Chilled pig's blood mixed with sugar and raisin sausage and Richmond sausages. Germany is the home to 1,500 different sausage varieties.
And to a lot of bread and Runya.
The Frankfurter first appeared in the 14th century.
Oh yeah, that's also a thing you have to remember. In Germany, I'm sorry for pausing so much. In Germany, we normally call like our sausages kind of after where they're from, but people who are from Frankfurt are also called Frankfurter. So technically, you can eat some Frankfurter, you can eat some Wiener, which are people from Vienna. You can eat some Thüringer, which are people from Thuringia. So we can eat people a lot in Germany. Similar to where we can eat some Berliner, we can eat some Americans. We have a thing that's called Americana. We can eat some Americans. Like I also said, we can eat some dead grandmas. We can eat some cold dogs. German names are funny. Yes. To show grinded grandma and play it on stream. I don't know, Jenny.
100 different sausage varieties. The Frankfurter first appeared in the 14th century, but the now more popular Wiener was created in 1905 by Johann Georg Lahner, a butcher who clearly feared no god because he took two of the Lord's creations, the pig and the cow, stuffed them inside a sheep's intestine, and dared call it a Frankfurter. Everyone
Yeah, that sounds like a war crime if you think about it.
hated that because Frankfurters were pork sausages made in Frankfurt. Johann was a Bavarian butcher who
Wait, Johann was a Bavarian butcher? No, and he just went like, well, I'm gonna make an abomination and I'm gonna call it Frankfurter. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a very good idea. I actually don't know that, Asato. Of course he was Bavarian.
apprenticed in Frankfurt, but then moved to Austria and put beef in his sauce.
And wait, so he invented Frankfurter in Austria and he was a Bavarian. Why did he call it Frankfurter? Let's blame the Hessians. Apparently, yeah. Hi, ever-changing identities.
This was the German sausage equivalent of putting heavy cream and ham on spaghetti and calling it carbonara.
I wouldn't call it carbonara, but honestly, this looks yummy because I like peas and I like this type of sauce and noodles. Even if you might hate me, but this is definitely not carbonara.
In front of an Italian.
That does not look yummy. I think it looks yummy, but it's definitely not carbonara.
Oh, Johann changed the name. He called his creation Viennese sausages or
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense. Oh, so the Wiener is the abomination.
Wieners. But how Wieners became American hot dogs is a more complicated story. In the 1800s, German immigrants came to America in search of land and freedom. They brought with them sausages, sausage dogs, and a love for day drinking outside. Because the dogs and the sausages look similar, German immigrants themselves
Okay, you want to know what this dog is called in German? It's a Dackel. I don't think a Dackel looks like a sausage, guys. I'm very sorry, but a Dackel does not look like a sausage. It's long, but just because it's a long boy doesn't mean it looks like a sausage. We could also call him a noodle. Like he could also be a noodle, you know? Maybe it's just drunk Bavarians. Yeah, maybe they were just too drunk. He doesn't look... Hi, Korikyo. He does not look like a sausage guy.
Themselves marketed the wieners as
He looks like one big sauce. No.
and sausages. The actual
just
names
long
Frankfurter and Wiener being used interchangeably, which probably made Johann quite happy. Prominent hot dog historian Barry Popick explains that the dogs and sausages became known as hot dogs most likely because college
That's why it's called hot dogs. Oh my goodness, my brain just connected that. Oh, because it was called Dachshund sausage, and a Dachshund is a dog, and that's why it's and you make them hot, and that's why that makes so much sense.
students called the wagons selling the wieners dog carts in the late 19th century.
Oh, it's not because of the Dachshund. No.
Other vendors like Anton Feuchtwanger marketed the sausages as red hot, and at some point the two handles probably just came together. There is talk of the full name first appearing on a cartoon illustration of a dachshund inside a bun captioned "Get your hot dogs," but that cartoon is pretty much lost media. And similar.
That's quite sad. I would love to see a Dachshund in a sausage. Wait, no. That's not what I meant.
Similarly, the topic of who invented the bun is also highly disputed. Initially, the sausages were most commonly sold either wrapped in wax paper or napkins. But because they were extremely hot, some vendors lent customers thin cotton gloves so that they wouldn't get burned while holding the sausages. The problem with that was, well, a lot of people wouldn't bother returning those gloves.
They just stole this. I just clip that. No. Take cow and pig meat, make bread out of it, put some more pig in form of bacon around it, and call it Fleischvogel because there weren't already enough animals involved in it. I mean, isn't there a turducken? I think a turducken is even more of an abomination than that. And that's American, a turducken.
Why Anton Feuchtwanger started selling the wieners inside special buns that his brother-in-law created. He claimed to be the first person to come up with a bun specifically designed to accommodate a hot sausage. But many historians now agree that nobody can be credited as the first or sole inventor.
Yeah, similar to the spaghetti ice and the döner and stuff. You know who might have been the first one, but it's always like a bit controversial. Who really was the first one? Who stole from who? And yeah, you leave the turducken out of this. I'm not gonna leave the turducken out of this.
The cylindrical gluten sausage receptacle, since bread was just an extremely popular and frankly straightforward solution to glove theft. Many German immigrants were selling the wieners on toasted or plain white bread slices to begin with. Just like the, I quote, steaks cooked in the Hamburg style, which were also served between two slices of white bread before the sturdier rolls became the staple. I was surprised that the steak wasn't the next logical step after napkins, but then I found out that the first...
I've never had the thing on a stick. What is it called? It has a different name, right? There's like the sausage on the... Oh, no, I did, but Korean version, not the corn dog. Corn dog, it's called corn dog. But I had the Korean corn dog, not like an American one. Like a vegetarian corn dog. It's basically with cheese inside. What's off in my country right now? Due to some illness that can't be cured in some village, they slaughtered 60 pigs. Oh, and they probably can't eat them then, because if it can't be cured... they probably can't eat it, right? So most are ignoring to eat meat right now. I mean, if it's an illness, for example, if it's like a prion disease, you should definitely be very careful about that, because prion diseases spread like wildfire between animals, and prion diseases can be, I don't know what it is, obviously, but if it's a prion disease, it can go to humans, and those are incurable and kill you within like 2 to 3 years, at least. Like maybe even quicker, because prions are misfolded proteins, and those misfolded proteins misfold your proteins inside of you, and basically make your brain a little teeny tiny sponge, and you suffer a lot from it, and then you die. So if it's a prion disease, it makes a lot of sense that they are indeed killing those animals. You might know it as oh gosh, I don't know the English word. In German we called it Rinderwahnsinn. This one disease where you had cows, mad cow disease, that's the English word. Mad cow disease was, for example, a prion disease as far as I know. Corn dogs, yeah. Just cook it. Surely heat will denature the plant. Sadly, no. Sadly, very sadly, you would need to cook it at over 1,000 degrees Celsius for quite a long time.
Ice pops came about in 1872, and corn dogs weren't even a thing prior to the 1920s, which is absurd. Cutlery is a prison humanity created for itself. Food on a stick is a natural state. But no, let's give people gloves and bread. But whatever. Through trial, error, and German immigrants, the hot dog reached its final form between the 60s and 70s. And it became extremely popular, which really isn't surprising if you consider the fact that hot dogs replaced oysters as the most common street food in New York. And
okay, I would have never thought that oysters would be like the most common street food anywhere. Basically, that is not like. I mean, wait, is New York? New York has coast, but. It's not like coast, is it? Is New York like a coast thing? Like, I don't know. Hamburg? I mean, I would understand that it's like street food in like Hamburg, like directly at the directly at the sea. Well, it's on the Atlantic. Do you have oyster? Yeah, you've got oysters in the Atlantic, right? New York is directly at the Atlantic, yeah. I mean, well, it is a coastal city and it has big rivers, yeah. It's more coasty than Hamburg, actually. Really? Well, then it makes sense. I'm still very, very baffled that hot dogs were invented, like basically kind of invented by Germans. I would have never thought, honestly.
Ham and cheese sandwiches is the most common stadium food. But yes, the hot dog was immediately so well loved that during not one, but 3 financial panics, it made people millions. Now we can get on with the second part of the video and talk about the founding fathers. The first prominent apostle of the wiener was a German baker called Charles Feldman. He started selling his own version of wieners inside milk buns in 1867 out of a pushcart on.
See, and that is, again, dates, numbers, over 150 years ago. This stuff has existed for over 150 years as like a street food thing.
On the island. However, by the 1890s, Feldman owned 10 restaurants and a beer garden.
Did he? Is that a hot dog restaurant?
Which is honestly pretty much how Flash games made me think that life works. In his first year, Feldman sold 3,684 dogs and sausages, but just 30 years later, he was selling hot dogs to 5 million people.
Okay, honestly, for the time being 1890s, 5 million is insane. That is an insane number of people. For example, so that you can think about numbers, there is this thing. It was called Crash at Crush, which was an event where it was an event in 1896, so similar time, like same time frame, where they in Texas, where they had two trains just drive into each other, like, and just, you know, like, just like kaboom, and then that was the event. And to this event, that it was one of the biggest events of that time, kind of, in America, obviously. They had and it's a huge event. It was a huge event at that time. They had 30 to 40,000 people there. And now compare that with 5 million sold. That's kind of insane. That's an insane number for that time. Because, yes, America was already quite populated, but also very sparsely populated. Yes, you had cities and all of that stuff, but still a lot of stuff was very far apart.
And owned one of the biggest restaurants in America.
Think so, Jenny.
Step aside, PewDiePie. This guy here is the most successful hot dog vendor. Isn't it cool the stuff you can achieve when nothing has been invented yet? Like, I could have come up with a cylindrical thing of bread that can accommodate a cylindrical thing of meat. To be an innovator in the hot dog industry now, you gotta figure out a way to make the wiener into Dubai chocolate and It's gotta have to know how to
Oh.
jerk you off. Either that or sell hot dogs out of blind boxes. Nobody steal that, by the way. Feldman's accomplishments gave birth to
So if we find hot dogs in blind dog boxes, we know who came up with it.
another, perhaps even
Yeah.
more famous success story. Nathan Handwerker was a Polish immigrant working as a bun slicer in Feldman's New York beer garden in 1912. He made $11
Hot dogs that can jerk you off. I mean, the hot dogs themselves probably can't, but the buns might.
a week, and after 4 years of slicing and selling hot dogs, Nathan had enough saved up to open his own hot dog place. Nathan's Famous. Of course, he didn't call it that right after opening the stand. It didn't really have a name, but he sure did make a name for himself rather quickly. Hot dogs were only a nickel at Nathan's stand, making them
I want to know what the nickel was in today's currency, though. Because 5 cents for us is like, damn, that's cheap, but is that like $1 nowadays? Is it like $2 nowadays? And it's not like just 5 cents nowadays, obviously.
2 to 5 cents cheaper than other wiener places.
Oh, but it's definitely cheaper. Okay, I propose hot dog sandwiches where we cut the hot dog really thin and use it like pepperoni. I think that already exists.
Including Feldman's.
Pretty sure.
That's like at least 60 cents cheaper in today's money. Other hot dog vendors weren't happy about that and allegedly spread bad rumors about the quality of Nathan's sauce.
Horse. Wait, was it also a thing in other countries? Google says about $1.53. Still very cheap, yeah. Was it also a thing in other countries? In Germany, we had this huge... It's 1890s. Zuckerdose. In Germany, we had this huge controversy where they sold... it was not supposed to be horse meat, but they sold like lasagna with horse meat. It was like this whole... It's in German, it was called the Pferdefleisch-Skandal, like the horse meat scandal. It was a huge thing. I don't know if they had that in other countries as well. I don't know. Economy works back in the day.
Sausages. And with the wieners being so cheap, people were convinced that
But he also says there is still hot Frankfurters there.
they were probably made of horse meat, which at the time was about half the price of beef. Because of these rumors, Nathan needed a way to assure customers that he was selling high-quality pork.
Did he slaughter the pigs and the pigs and the cows in front of the people? I mean, that's how you could prove it.
Beef sausages. His
Technically.
solution? Nathan borrowed coats and stethoscopes from a local hospital and then hired people to wear them while eating hot dogs in front of his stand.
If it works, it works, I
Because,
guess.
you know, doctors were like the OG food influencers. If a doctor is eating it, it must be good for you. Nathan's Famous really
it
had
works, it
all the
works.
boxes ticked for becoming an American institution. Penetration pricing, grandma's secret recipe, deceptive stunt marketing, unabashed gluttony, and lying about certain aspects of your product using clever words.
Oh no, actually 1916, actually. Not 1890s, but 1916.
Since Nathan marketed his sausages as kosher style. Not kosher, because they weren't. Like how some common grocery store items will be labeled cheese product and not cheese, because they don't actually meet the legal requirements to be called cheese. Which I now view as just a
Yeah, or the stuff where they have to do like it's a style because like there's too much sugar in it or there's not enough sugar in it. For example, there is this one law where you or there was this one law. I think it's not in place anymore, but there was this one law where you weren't allowed to call something lemonade if it has a certain was under a certain amount of sugar contents, which is also crazy. Hi, Koa. I like watching Ronya. Watch it dressed like a doctor. It's good for your health. Oh, so what you're saying is that I should hire a doctor to watch my videos, so that other people watch my videos. Oh, that's so big brain, Chad. Maybe I should hire a doctor to watch my videos. That's a good idea. Packaged cheese product. Yeah, exactly.
missed opportunity to call something cheese style. The final father of the hot dog was Oscar Mayer, and his story will uncover the mystery of the 2 extra wieners. Oscar Mayer was a German butcher who sold his wieners to local stores. His first innovation was this, a yellow band which he could put around individual hot dogs that let people know that they were Oscar Mayer's high-quality handmade wieners. He first started...
So he invented paper, or Wait. So he just invented the paper to put around. Did it serve something else? Did it like serve another purpose, or was it just like, oh yeah, that's mine? You could maybe ask your doctor therapist. I'm not gonna tell my therapist. Okay, my therapist. When I went to therapy, my therapist was like, I have no idea what you're doing, but apparently you're doing it correctly. And I'm like, yeah, I will never give you my name, never. He sold illusions so I could work. Wait, what? Everything for some. I mean, oh, right. Oh, I see.
Doing this in 1929, making him one of the first people in America to brand their meat. But most important
Oh, so it was literally just a branding thing. Okay.
of all, his company invented the first industrial hot dog machine, which Oscar Mayer called the Wiener Tunnel. That is coincidentally what people at the time were calling your mom. Meat comes in and 1 pound of wieners already packaged comes out. 1 pound of 1.6 ounce hot dogs. In other words, 10 hot dogs. 10 to the pound. On the other hand, commercial bakeries have standardized trays that hold 4 buns. It's the most efficient way to bake them. Either 4 or 8 go in a bag. Adding 2 extra buns to make packs of 10 would require a whole new step in the packaging process or redesigning machines that have been running like this for decades. So just 2 extra buns means changing everything basically. So it's not really a scam, just the New England style hot dog buns were also intended for making po' boys or lobster rolls. Hot dogs were very popular in places like New York now.
Okay, honestly, I think this is the nicest looking hot dog I've ever seen. Most hot dogs I see look kind of disgusting, but this one literally looks really nice. The Wiener Tunnel XDX. Then maybe show her some other VTubers, but not the sus ones. Well, that could be difficult. I see.
But clam or lobster rolls were definitely the more popular sandwiches in New England. So there you have it. History of the hot dog. One of 1,500 German sausages that made American history. Yeah,
Pog. You know IKEA hot dogs? Yeah, I do know IKEA hot dogs.
making millions by selling hot dogs. That's what the American dream is all about. And also what President Bush hot dog stand, the Flash game, is also all about. Now,
there was a Flash game for everything, wasn't there?
before I finish this video,
That's insane.
important announcement.
Oh, yes, important. I'm listening. Yes,
Gamers have
listening.
been a sponsor of the Poopie Show for 2 years, and right now they're doing their biggest sale of the year, where you can use my code Poopie for 10% off. You can buy any tub and get a shaker for free. And what's better than buying a product and getting another product? And boy, does Gamer Subs have products. Caffeine products. Caffeine-free products. Sleep support products. Humorous flavors. Zero sugar. A lot of energy. I don't know the unit of measurement that they use, but it's probably caffeine. Oh, that's a lot of grams of caffeine. And for like only 40 cents per serving. And now you can get like 100 servings and a shaker. With an anime girl over the age of 8.
Look at the wonderful anime girl.
18 on it.
Look at those puppies.
Our color changes based on what you're drinking. My personal favorites have always been mango meta and pina colada. Great flavors for
Haven't tried any of these
someone.
yet, actually.
Again, use code Poopie for 10% off. Buy a tub, get a free shaker. And if you don't know if you're gonna like it, you can always get some free samples. Gamer Subs. Energy for gamers that play President Bush hot dog.
Very important Flash games. Yes.
Okay, bye.
Thank you so much for the video. I hope you leave a like, comment, subscribe, and maybe leave a like, comment, subscribe on this video if you like to. That would be very nice. Thank you. Bye. Wieners. Outro song. Outro song. This is an outro song. Outro song, outro song. This is an outro song.